All right. Another episode of the Causeway Street Podcast. Jose Pavone and Sean Dutra. Sean, your Celtics had no chance of doing the 4-0 thing that you predicted because they're already 0-2 in this 5-game West Coast road trip. We'll call this the mid-road trip episode. All right, we'll make it quick. We'll get right into it. We'll also talk about Terry Rozier trade rumors. Supposedly, there's up to 7 teams that are interested in trading for Terry Rozier. And apparently, Terry Rozier isn't so happy with his playing time in Boston. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But let's get into this West Coast road trip, or I should say the first 2 losses. That one started in Indiana, which was a pretty good game. You saw at the end of it, you saw Victor Oladipo take matters into his own hands. But what I want to get into first is what happened in Denver. Now, Jamal Murray went off, almost 50 points. He went for 50 at the end of the game. The game was over. It was already wrapped up, and he went for a three-pointer at the end of the game. And Kyrie Irving didn't like it too much. Kyrie Irving not only went off after the game, but he went off on the court by throwing the ball into the stands. Sean, what did you think about that? What did you think about Kyrie Irving getting his feelings like that?
That was a multi-layered argument on this. So, first off, Kyrie's got to chill the fuck out, man. He needs to chill the fuck out. I think everybody understands it's a bullshit move. Like, spazzing like that, though, is like, makes you sort of think about his mental, like, sanity. Like,
why did you get so mad?
Yeah, what's made you snap?
Right.
Like, I get it if you want to get in the dude's face and just be like, and that was it, and then you're like, yo, fuck this guy, like, whatever. Yeah. Which he did.
Or if you just want to sign off in the locker room like he did.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
And I get it why people are like, it's unprofessional. Yeah, it's like, I almost like equate this to like Roger Clemens throwing like the bat back at fucking Manny Ramirez or some shit. Like something like just like he spazzed, man. Like an unwritten rule he just went off about, man. Right. I don't know. It's very strange to me. Yeah. Especially since Kyrie's supposed to be a cerebral guy.
Exactly.
Right?
Like when's the last time you saw him react like that?
That's what I mean.
About anything.
Like that's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing you get mad at. Not that you come to Boston after LeBron was like trashing you and calling you like whatever.
The kid and all that. Yeah.
And you just like, yeah, it's cool, man. Just trade me to Boston. No big deal. Now this is what set you off though. Not that you, I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, like, listen, this guy's been in the league for how many years now? I mean, you would think a seasoned veteran like Kyrie Irving would keep his cool a bit. And like I said, look, I get it. You want to, verbally spank him after the game and call him immature and call him, someone that needs to, be in this league longer to mature and realize that at the end of the day, there's just certain unwritten rules. I'm for that. Listen, I don't agree with what Jamal Murray did, but it's like you get so upset that you throw the ball. I mean, what would have happened if the ball went in? Like, what if he dropped 51? Like, what you gonna throw a temper tantrum? Gonna jump up and down? Like,
you know what?
Come on,
Kyrie. You know what I like to think? Like,
you're better than that.
What would his tribe think?
what
would his tribe think about this action?
That is not how Little Mountain's supposed to behave.
No, exactly. No. You know who probably behaves like that? Lil Volcano. You know what I mean? Like, the guy who's been like on the outskirts of the tribe the entire time. Kyrie, you were accepted into the tribe, bro. You gotta keep your cool better than that.
Right.
Gotta.
I agree.
Also, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. You brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up on Twitter.
What's that?
Jamal Murray. That's my dude.
Oh, now he's your dude?
That's been my dude.
Sean, everybody was your dude in that draft.
Jamal Murray was my number one, though. You know that. Over Buddy Hield.
I think it was a tie between him and Buddy Hield.
No, over Buddy Hield. I said, look at the mock drafts, bro. Go back to the all I know is Jaylen Brown was not on my list, and let's just say this. Let's just look at
Hold on, let's let everybody into what's going on right now. Because for the newer listeners, if you don't know, if you haven't listened to it for a long time, to the Causeway Street Podcast,
I'm not a big fan of Jaylen Brown.
Sean's not crazy about Jaylen Brown. And this dates back from the day he was drafted. Was not thrilled about the trade, or the draft, I should say. Still isn't happy about it. There's a list of names that he used to mention, and apparently Jamal Murray was at the top. Between you and me, I thought it was a tie between him and Buddy Hield. But okay, I'll give you the edge. I think you did like Murray a little more.
I will say this.
But either way, you wanted either one of those guys over Jaylen Brown.
Either way, Buddy Hield and Jamal Murray are both having a better season than Jaylen Brown.
He's been playing better, though. He's been playing better. The last couple of games he put up, what you expect to see out of him, 13, 14 points. Yeah. Still, I still take Jaylen Brown over those guys, though. No question.
I don't know. No, okay, so that's what I was actually going to break this to. Like,
what cracked me up about Murray too was the look on his face. It was like he threw. Yeah, Kyrie Irving throws the ball to the stage like, "Oh, come on, man, come on, bro." I was gonna put that on my mantle.
I know, that's what it was. That's why Kyrie threw it. He was like, "This is your highest scoring game. You know what? Why don't you eat my fucking dick?" And I'm gonna here you go, Chester in the 42nd row. You take that home and tell everybody that's Jamal Murray's souvenir that's walking out of this arena.
48-point game ball right there.
That could be the best game that Jamal Murray ever has, and he doesn't have the ball.
And you know, if that dude were to find Kyrie somewhere, Kyrie would sign that in a heartbeat. He would sign that. That's what cracked me up too, because if I'm Jamal Murray, I'm laughing at Kyrie. I'm literally I'm looking at him and I'm gonna laugh in his face and make him look even worse for what he did.
Bottom line.
Instead, he looked like the kid that like when the big boy, when the older kids on the court just like throw your ball into the stands and you're just like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my big brother on you.
Line. Jamal Murray made the Celtics look like an inept defensive team that night. You can't, like, the Celtics have looked, technically they're the best defensive team in the NBA. I think still. I don't know. I haven't checked after the past couple of games where Oladipo and Jamal Murray both pretty much went off and did whatever they wanted to do. But I don't know, man. Like that, this guard, it's a guard heavy NBA, and I feel like the Celtics have a very hard, or I feel like the Celtics don't defend the guard position well. I don't. Like, I don't know whose man was that? Whose man was Jamal Murray?
There's a lot of people.
That's what I mean.
I mean, come on, from Marcus Smart to Jaylen Brown, got a couple looks at him.
Like, close out on the 3-pointers. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, that's nothing too. One final point too. If you don't like it, get in his face.
DF on the dude.
Yeah. Why are you so mad? Oh, the other player scored another point, or he tried to score another point, and how dare he take that shot?
Maybe if Kyrie has gotten that mad at like point like 37, then maybe the Celtics would have won that game. If he had taken that anger, instead of just spazzing for no reason, if he had taken it and defended the motherfucker, then maybe we would have won that game.
So Kyrie Irving was fined $25,000 from the NBA. He said it was well deserved. He understood that what he did was unprofessional, which is funny coming from him.
Yeah,
because that's what he said about Jamal Murray's action. But
Jamal Murray get fined?
He did say it was unprofessional. No, he did not get fined, but he did say he didn't mean any disrespect towards the Celtics or the organization in any manner. It was just something that he was in the mode. He was flexing out there. He was in the zone. So that's just what happens, I guess. He just gets so in the zone that he was obsessed with trying to score 50 points.
What do you know? And you know what? What's
I
weird?
I don't fault the guy though. I mean, I don't agree with him trying to take that shot, but at the same time, I mean, he's 21 years old.
Where was all this when Devin Booker was trying to go for 70 when they were down? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had some meaningless fucking shots in that game.
Yeah, but the Celtics sent him to the free throw line a couple times. Yeah, Jake Crowder got mad overzealous.
Yeah.
And just started like, he wanted to punch this shot so badly that he was going for every upfake.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about though. Like, that's why I love Jake Crowder, by the way. But
that's your boy.
That's my boy. Because guess what? If he gets mad, he's gonna defend the hell out of you and like try to do everything he can to stop you. I feel like this team, even though Marcus Smart is still there, and I don't know if I like contract Marcus Smart so far.
Touchy subject, man.
He hasn't played well.
Well, he's going through it, man.
I get it. He's got a lot going on in his mind.
I expected this to happen out of the gates, but he'll be all right. That's the guy. No Celtics fan should be really concerned about moving forward. I mean, he's gonna.
I have a high expectations for Marcus Smart, though.
Yeah, of course you do.
High expectations for Marcus Smart,
right? But
not because of the contract. I just feel like, right now he seems lost out there. Marcus Smart seems lost out there.
He's sort of doing his own thing.
Yeah. He's in the offense. He's definitely not in the offense. On the defensive end,
he's out of sync. Yeah, he's out of sync.
On the defensive end, he's just doing his own. Yeah, he's doing his own thing, man. He doesn't seem like he's clicking. It just seems like you're getting a different Marcus Smart, which is why I think we're dropping some of these games. Because Kyrie's not going to defend anybody.
It got a little bit to do with it. I think it boils down to the offense. I mean, look, you look at that first quarter, right? Celtics got out to an 18-point lead, right? They set the tone early. It looked like the makings of a blowout. I didn't expect a blowout because I just knew it was too early to even consider that. But it was easily their best quarter offensively of the season. I mean, they shot over 60%. You saw the ball movement. You saw guys going to the hoop. You saw the backdoor cuts, Gordon Hayward. They scored over 50 points in the paint. Haven't seen that all year long.
Yeah.
It was the kind of offense that you want to see from the Celtics. A well-balanced offense, because obviously the outside looks were there too as well. But what happens when the other team responds, I just feel like the Celtics get into this mode where they're like, okay, we gotta jump shot our way back into this. We gotta go for the home run instead of keep going for the singles and doubles that got us the big lead to begin with. And another thing that has been driving me crazy about this team so far is the free throws attempts. Getting to the free throw line, I mean, that's what we saw throughout that first quarter. That was a huge difference in this game. The Denver Nuggets got to the line more than twice as much as the Celtics did. And that played a big difference because it helped them come back in the game. And then when the Celtics reverted back to being that outside shooting team, beat you from the perimeter type of team, it was too little too late because they just couldn't get those shots to fall.
All right. So on top of that, other than Tatum, who's the only guy that's really been like getting to the free throw line? The answer is nobody. Nobody's getting to the free throw line.
I mean, it's a different story every night.
You have a tentative Gordon Hayward who's not going to get to the free throw line. He's just not.
He goes to the rim though.
But I give him. He's not going hard enough to get a foul.
He's one of the few guys who've been utilizing the backdoor cuts and getting to the rim. But yeah, I'm with you. He's not getting to the free throw line as you think he would. But at the same time though, the ball movement is what concerns me in the second half. I mean, you have to keep moving that ball around. And if you get an open look, I get it. Open looks, it's hard to pass up. But what's driving me crazy is when the ball stops moving and people just start doing. It's almost like the pickup game where that one team has all the talented guys. Those guys look like it's a slaughter.
Yep.
But everyone is just playing for themselves in a sense. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it as like everyone knows what they're capable of doing. And instead of moving the ball around like they were doing in the first half, they reverted back to being, okay, get us out of here, Kyrie. Or okay, Tatum, now it's your turn. Okay, Jaylen Brown, now it's your turn. They went away from moving the ball around, getting to the hoop, and trying to get to the free throw line. You didn't see that anymore.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to throw this out there. So we're 10 games into the season. The start of the season has happened. I don't know when people are going to say, like, did they start slow? They're starting slow. They're 6-4. So is this something that'll work itself out, or do they need a change? Do they need some type of shakeup?
I think it's something that's going to work itself out in the long run.
How?
But how long is it going to take before it works out?
And how is it going to work itself out?
Because
what's going to happen?
Everyone needs to carve out their roles. I think that's been the biggest issue. Like, no one knows, okay, this is my job. I need to stick to doing this. This is his job. I need to help him do that. I think Kyrie Irving is the only one that sort of has a clear vision as to who he needs to be for this team to be successful.
So I agree with what you're saying, and I think
he's the only one.
I
think Tatum is struggling with that.
I think this team
more than anybody.
This team has a big lack of Brad Stevens fingerprint on it problem. Like, Brad Stevens hasn't been taking this team, and he hasn't reached this group of players yet. I feel like this team is it's listening to Kyrie, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So, and I think Brad's probably just going to wait and see, like, let's see how far this takes you. Are you guys being comfortable being a 4 seed, a 5 seed in the East with all this talent? Or are you going to listen to what I want you to do? You know what I mean? I think that there's a big problem right now with Brad Stevens not getting players to, and I don't think they're not going to buy in, but they're not buying into Brad Stevens yet.
Well, I think they're buying into the philosophy.
I don't.
I think they are.
How?
Because they start off the right way.
No,
it's
but
the same story in Indiana.
That doesn't matter.
They start off the way you're supposed to start off, but throughout the course of the game, they get so into it, whether it's emotions or whether it's
strength. What's his biggest strength, Ben?
Play calling.
It's play calling, and it's getting players
building a culture.
It's playing Celtics basketball, which is defend, play the entire 48 minutes, right? Where has that been? It literally, like, I can tell when it's a good Brad Stevens team is when they get off to a slow start and they finish strong. There hasn't been one game this year where they've started maybe a little bit slow and finished super strong and fought back and clawed back to win a game. Like, that hasn't happened. So I think that there's a big Brad Stevens problem right now, and I'm sort of okay with it. I think it's sort of intentional. I think it's sort of how he wins the team over with all the star power. He can't go in. I mean, look at the history. You look at the big three in Miami. What happened? They literally had to get to a point where everyone started doubting them before they started actually listening to their coach. Right? People want to give LeBron a lot of credit for that big three era. Yes, obviously the talent, right? But they actually bought into what Eric Spoelstra was trying to say.
Yeah, it took a while, but they did.
It took a while.
That's true.
It took a players only meeting, and I don't think it's going to get that far for the Celtics because I think Brad Stevens is a much better coach than Eric Spoelstra or any of those other coaches out there that have had this problem. But we'll see, man. That needs to happen. Like, people are getting too much playing time right now. There's too many mouths to feed, and that just doesn't work. Like, Brad Stevens needs to carve out roles and start just saying, you know what? This is my 7 that I'm going with, and I'm riding.
He's already started doing that. If you haven't noticed, I mean, he's got it down to 9, but
9 is too many.
Yeah, but that's something that Brad Stevens usually doesn't start doing until like December. Like, this is the first time where Brad is just like, okay, listen, these are my guys.
This is also
we got the 2 Marcuses coming off the bench. We got Terry Rozier, and then we got Tice when he's healthy, and that's it.
Yeah,
and if Tice isn't healthy, he usually sticks to those 8.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that there is more talent.
And sometimes
there's more talent in 6, 7, 8, 9 this year than there ever has been before. Last year, 6, 7, 8, 9 included Abdul Nader and Semi Ojeleye and Terry Rozier before he became someone that demanded playing time.
Yeah, but what do you want to go into playoff form?
No, I'm not saying go into playoff form, but just like he needs, like, people need to be okay. I feel like he's a little bit tentative to say, no, man, you don't got it tonight. Like, we're not playing you tonight, or the matchup isn't good. Like, you're not playing. He hasn't been there yet, and he hasn't made those decisions yet. I think it'll happen. I think it'll start to happen where you're going to see a much bigger Brad Stevens impact on this team. But if I had to rank the reasons why we've had a slow start, is number 1 is the Brad Stevens effect isn't there, which I think it will happen. And number 2 is Kyrie Irving.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
How do you blame us on Kyrie now?
I still think it's a Kyrie problem.
He's been the most consistent player the last week.
Okay. What happened?
What do you mean what happened?
What's their record in the last week?
You want to talk about that Indiana game? Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving goes for back-to-back 3-pointers. 2 ridiculous shots from behind the arc. Puts them in the position to win. He blows one layup, which he took the fall for. He said, listen, this one's on me.
That should have been a layup.
And Victor Oladipo hits the game winner on the other end.
Who was supposed to defend Victor Oladipo?
Kyrie Irving. But who put them in the position to be ahead by 5 points or 4 points before that happened?
So there's something to be said about fourth quarter clutchness, man. Like, that's something to be said. Like, final shot clutchness. We saw that last year. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I just feel like
he even cut his hair for you, Sean. Come on, man.
The bottom line with Kyrie is that I just don't feel like it's hard to quantify this far into the season, but something is off with Kyrie. He's not the same guy that we had at the beginning of the season last year.
He just really doesn't like when players try to score when the game's already done and the team isn't playing defense, right? That's my only concern with him right now.
Apparently. That's like number 15 on my concern list with Kyrie, man. I just feel like he hasn't played defense. He's been I feel like he's trying to fit in too much.
All right,
trying to fit into the media, the Boston, what we want him to do. Like, no, just come in, just fucking try to win a championship and just fucking leave. That's all I want.
All right, well, how do you feel about the quote-unquote Kyrie Irving insurance potentially on the trading block? Because according to Shams of The Athletic, Terry Rozier is being aggressively pursued by the Phoenix Suns and 6 other teams in the NBA. Now, of course, we all knew this before heading into the regular season, but what's new to us, what's news in this story, is the fact that Terry Rozier is reportedly upset with his playing time, which is interesting considering he's averaging 23 minutes a night, which is only 2 minutes shy of Marcus Morris, who's averaging 25 minutes. He leads the second unit in minutes played. And Rozier is averaging 7.5 points and 2 assists. Sean, what do you make of this? Do you think there's any truth to this? Does Terry Rozier want out in November?
If I'm him, probably. I mean, I'm going to start planting the seeds right now. I'm not going to go into – I'm looking at what's in front of me. I'm looking at – so I'm not going to talk from – and I know we used to get in arguments about this all the time. I'm talking about from the player's perspective. If I see that I went from averaging damn near 20 points a game in the playoffs last year and my stock was at the all-time high to then backing up Kyrie Irving on a team where I'm getting 23 points a night and averaging 8 points a night, I need to make some money next year. I need to get out of this situation and be able to play. and be able to get the ball. Because even when I am on the floor, I'm not the number 1 option. I'm not even the number 2 option. I may not even be the number 3 option when I'm on the floor.
Well, whose fault is that?
Whose fault is what?
For not being the number 1, 2, or 3rd option.
I don't know. Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Come on, man. He's not out there with those guys.
He is out there with those guys.
He's not. He's
yes,
out there with
is.
maybe one of those guys, and the rest is the rest of the second unit. Now, the reason maybe he's not getting his touches, the same ones that he was getting last year, or at least at the end of the season when Kyrie Irving wasn't in the mix, was 1, because Kyrie Irving wasn't in the mix. 2, he wasn't averaging 7 points a game. I mean,
so here's nut cutting time. Here's nut cutting time. You're Danny Ainge.
You got 23 minutes out there. That's plenty. I don't get the whole report of him not being happy about minutes. I don't know if I believe it really, but
who's going to give you a bigger haul, Kyrie Irving or Terry Rozier? You trade him away. Who's going to get you more assets in return?
Kyrie Irving, but who's going to get you a championship? I mean, listen, are we forgetting what Terry Rozier is? I mean, he's streaky. Okay, it's easy to remember what happened throughout the playoffs and what happened, weeks leading into it. But that's been his MO his entire career. And now I get it. He made leaps last season. He did what he did in the postseason. He led this team. He was one of the most consistent scorers, one of the most clutch scorers, especially from deep throughout that postseason run. But let's not forget who he is. I mean, he's streaky. I don't expect this to continue. I think he will get better. And with that being said, if you're Danny Ainge, why would you trade a guy now when you know his stock can rise within a month or two and you can flip him before the trading deadline?
Yeah, there's no way you're trading Terry Rozier because I think a lot of what, so this may sound off the beaten path, but the ability to trade Terry Rozier is going to be all about Gordon Hayward. Can Gordon Hayward be like a legitimate piece in this offense? You know what I mean? You're not going to trade Terry Rozier until you know that this guy is a number 2 scorer or a number 2 guy on a championship team.
What about Kyrie's health?
I think Kyrie's health has a lot to do with it too. So the reason why I think the Gordon Hayward thing plays into it is because you're going to look at it and say, do I need Kyrie? You know what I mean? If Gordon Hayward can average 26 points a night and you have Jason Tatum averaging 20, do you need Kyrie?
Oh, you're thinking about the other way around. I thought you were thinking about can this team win a championship without that punch coming off the bench? Because I was like, if you ask me, yeah, no question. This team can win without Terry Rozier. But
I think there's a multifaceted.
If Kyrie Irving goes down, you're going to really wish you didn't trade away Terry Rozier. Yeah. And with that being said, you're also going to wish that you didn't put Gordon Hayward in a spot where he has to put up 24 or whatever points a game because you lost Kyrie and you also traded away Terry Rozier.
Here's what it comes down to. Danny, I truly believe Danny's not going to trade Kyrie or Terry Rozier this year for exactly the points that you just said. You can't trust Kyrie's health. You want to win a championship this year. I think this team can win a championship with Kyrie or Terry Rozier running the point. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose one of them for nothing. But you can make that decision at the end of the offseason.
See, a part of me thinks that you might need both of them.
I don't think, well,
if Kyrie goes down, that's a huge mistake.
If Kyrie goes, Terry Rozier would start. Kyrie goes down, you plug Terry Rozier in the starting lineup, you're okay.
No. I'm saying if you were to trade Rozier,
yeah. Oh,
and then Kyrie goes down,
you'd be fucked.
Yeah, you're done.
That's why doesn't make sense to trade him at all. If you're going to trade one of them, you have to look long and hard and understand I have to trade one of these guys because I want to get something back. Do you though? Because I don't think you actually do need to get something back for those guys. If you have both of them on the squad and you're going to go this year with Kyrie, see what he does. You're going to have Terry as a backup. Chances have said Kyrie's going to miss a big chunk of the season. You have Terry there to back him up. That is valuable.
Yeah. And if you lose Terry Rozier to free agency, then so be it. I mean, this team can survive losing Terry Rozier and not getting anything in return. I mean, do they need more draft picks? Do they need another backup guy or whatever package deal someone's going to put together?
They don't.
The depth is already there.
You're not going to get 2 first-round draft picks for Terry Rozier.
No.
You don't need another body on this team.
Especially not from the Phoenix Suns.
Right, exactly. So, like, what are you going to get? Dragon Bender? Like, what the fuck is he going to do? You know what I mean? You don't trade Terry Rozier at all because here's the thing. What you do is you see how the season plays out. You let it say, if Kyrie can't stay healthy and Terry is the point guard that leads you to an Eastern Conference Finals or a NBA Finals run, then guess what? By Kyrie, we're going to sign Terry Rozier. And then you have the decision. Or you say, whatever, I'm okay with letting Terry go in free agency. It happens to great teams. You have too many assets. You've seen it with Even if you look at, I think we've made this comparison before, the Harrison Barnes comparison when you're looking at the Golden State Warriors that year. They won the championship. Barnes was supposed to be this guy that was, up and coming, didn't get a ton of playing time. When he played, he was really good. Guess what? Went to free agency. They didn't try to trade him. They realized his value. Mm-hmm. He's going to help us win a championship this year, and that's it. And then
he did. Yeah, he came up big in that series.
And you know what?
He had a couple good games.
If they weren't able to get Durant, guess what they would have done? Signed Harrison Barnes. Okay? So you can play it out. Just keep him under your control. Because at the end of the day, you're the team that Terry Rozier wants to play for. He's drafted by. You can give him the most money. Keep that option open. It's stupid. For all these people saying, oh, you gotta trade Terry Rozier or trade him. He doesn't want to play here. Dumb. Dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on to him. Solidify that bench. Keep BWA close-knit. You got the two Marcuses. You got Terry Rozier. Those are the three guys.
Are they really BWA?
Those are the three guys leading the second unit. Yeah, they're still BWA. Come on, man. As long as Marcus Morris still balling, the guy who originated it, the ice cube of BWA, you know damn well they're still BWA. Come on, bro.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
BWA could be the reason why this team could win out the rest of the road trip.
Well, I think BWA... I can't believe I just said that.
Don't be surprised the second unit comes up big.
I think the Celtics second unit could beat the Suns first unit.
I agree with that.
They could rest all of their starters and beat the Suns by double digits. That's how bad that Suns team is.
All right, well, you already got started, so why don't we carry on from there? Let's get into
the Suns.
Let's look ahead here.
All right, let's look ahead.
How's this road trip going to end? What's going to happen?
Let's do this because I'm prepared, as I always am. All right, so Celtics continue their road trip playing the Suns tonight. Should be a doozy, huh? Those Suns, those feisty Suns, huh? Maybe a little bit of dangling the carrot of Terry Rozier in front of the Suns rabbit. If you get where I'm going there, huh?
So Terry's gonna play 30 plus. Yeah.
Terry's playing 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put up if you are drafting on DraftKings tonight, pick Terry Rozier because he's balling out.
Especially during that fourth quarter of garbage time.
Oh yeah. Terry is like, I could play here. Like that I could come here and be the star of the team.
It could be king.
Him and his Puma buddy. Whatever his name is. The center. Fucking, I just went mind fuck blank, bro.
The first overall pick.
Andre Ayton. His Puma buddy. Anyways. All right. Celtics then go, a little back of the back. Playing the Jazz in Utah. The Jazz, they've been really bad. They're 4-6.
Well, they started out well.
Did you know that?
They started out well, but they're a good team.
No,
man. Denver passed them. Denver's been hot.
Denver's been really good. Denver's 9-1. But the Jazz, will Mitchell play? That's the question. I mean, Mitchell's been banged up. We'll see what happens. That team without Mitchell sucks. I will say that. If they don't have Mitchell playing at the level he played in last year, then that team has no chance of even coming close to the playoffs this year. How
does Hayward do? What do you think?
Hayward back in Ute.
How is he received, I should say?
Well, I guess his Brad will probably rest him on the second night of a back-to-back.
You think? No, he's not. Kyrie's already not playing. Kyrie's not going to be there.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
He told us like a week ago in the scrum. He's got something else going on.
What?
Grandfather's memorial, douche. That's what it is. Yeah, how do you feel right now?
What's the memorial?
What do you want to know? The date and location and time and everything?
I'm sorry. I made into this issue. Did his grandfather just pass away?
This is the last week. Kyrie Irving said he'll miss one of the November games against the Utah Jazz to attend his grandfather's memorial service. Celtics play Utah November 9th and host the Jazz on November 17th. That's all he said. Grandfather's memorial. There you go.
Okay. I get it. I'm not going to be that guy that says,
It sounds like you're about to. You're about to go off.
No. I'm just.
So anyways, I think Hayward's going to play because of that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to be that guy. Got to do what you got to do.
And let's face it, he's going to play what? 15, 16 minutes against the Suns?
Everything's good. Kyrie's 100% committed to the Celtics. Like, hey, we should give him all the money. You know what I mean? We should give him every penny. I think that's a good idea.
Let him prove it. And in the meantime, don't trade Terry Rozier because you just never know what's going to happen.
All right. Well, no comment. But seriously, though, like, how much money does he get paid per game? How much? Just let's think about it.
You're gonna blame him, or you're gonna blame the team? The team's the one that approves this.
Okay,
he's not pulling this out, a day before the game. They've known about this for a week. If he's comfortable enough to tell the media, I'm sure that the team has known for quite some time.
I mean, this is like, how does he have 2 games to give? Like, I may miss this game or this game. I'm not too sure. But it's for my grandfather's memorial service.
Hey, that's what he's doing, man. You just gotta let him do what he's got to do. They'll be all right. Like you said, the Jazz aren't playing well right now, so they'll be okay.
I just feel like if you're the Celtics, it's one of those things like, yeah, man, I guess it's like, you got the vacation time. I guess you can use it. I mean, it'd be nice if you could miss a practice instead of we only have 82 games this year. Like, we're going to play the Jazz twice, so it's a big game for your buddy Gordon, too. I mean, it'd be nice if you could, first time back in Utah. It's a big game. Could use him to take a little load off his shoulders.
He'll be all right.
But we're okay, Kyrie.
He put up a dud against the Pacers in Indiana, so I think he'll bounce back. He'll be all right. He'll be all right in Utah. He's used to those rims.
Just seems like something they should be like a little more like Kyrie.
Well, it's funny because Felger, remember, not too long ago, a couple of years back, gave Al Horford crap for missing the game to go to see the birth of his kid.
That I get.
You get that over
now,
a memorial service?
Because guess what? Everyone knows. So this is Kyrie's grandfather, right? So I'm not.
Don't
say
it.
Get here?
Don't say it. I know what you're about to say. Come on, man. You don't know how close he was with his granddad.
I hope he was as close as possible. I'm just saying.
You're trying to say because we all know someday we're going to lose our granddad.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
It seemed like
that's what I'm trying to say.
That.
No, I'm just saying who's planning this shit. The schedule has been out for months. Okay, you knew that Kyrie had a game this fucking Friday. Why are you like, oh, we're going to schedule his grandfather's memorial service, which we know Kyrie will drop everything to go to, and schedule on a day we know he has a game? Guess what? For all 82 games, there are like 150 days that they don't have a game.
Maybe he wants the whole weekend. I don't know. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. This type of stuff, I just feel like it's just... people have lives.
Man. All right.
People have lives.
I'm gonna back off.
No, it's okay.
I just feel like
I don't think you're crazy for taking this, but
I just feel like they should have scheduled it better. Like, how do you know that? Like, no one else has things they can't move. Kyrie, I guess at the end of the day, it's basketball, right? So it's what it is. What it is. I'm not gonna get mad at the guy. I just think that this is one of the. I'll put this in my back pocket. I'll just keep it in the back pocket.
Right? Oh, so you're gonna use that as fuel down the road when Kyrie does something else. You're gonna throw that into your line of points as to why you've been questioning Kyrie Irving all season long. I got you. All right.
Now we're good.
Yeah, hold on to that. Hold on to it. That's all right.
Sunday, they travel up the West Coast all the way to Portland. Take on those pesky Blazers. By the way, do you see McCollum?
Yeah, he went off. It's about time. He got to have his funk.
Just made Mr. Final Four have those jello legs.
Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Murder. First degree murder.
Put him on the skates.
First degree.
Welcome to the league.
That's what he looks like on the ground. Wait, well, hold on. That's what he did. That was the noises that he made when his fucking legs went out. And McCollum, you ever have that feeling when you really juke the guy and you're like, fuck, I need to make this basket. Like, that's
because the whole crowd just goes oohs and ahs when you got to finish
like,
it.
Oh. Like,
otherwise, it's not going on ESPN.
Like,
it's not going on SportsCenter.
I'm going to do a floater from the free throw line. Like, that's not what he was trying to get to. You don't make those type of moves to just open up a free floater at the fucking free throw line. Like, you make those moves to either get a jump shot off or drive to the hoop. He's like, nah, man, I'm going to cut my losses here.
That's going to be a good game. They always have a tough time with the Trailblazers, especially
in Portland.
Especially Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last year Al Horford was the hero.
The hero.
The hero.
New Year's Eve, right?
Nope. Super Bowl day.
Super Bowl day. That's right. Another holiday.
That was Super Bowl day.
Yeah.
I wish the Patriots played as well as.
That's a whole nother story, huh?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, man. Just got me thinking about the Patriots loss in the Super Bowl. I actually was driving to work today, and I forgot. I remembered that I forgot the Patriots lost the Super Bowl last year. And ever since then, it's been fucking with me, you know?
They go every year, though.
I know. So, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Josh Gordon. All right, that's all I got.
All right, good work, Sean. Good stuff.
It was good stuff, I think. I mean, I'm biased, but...
What's your record? What's your prediction? What you got?
So what? We got the Suns, that's a win. Jazz, that's a win. Blazers, that's a win. We're going 3-0.
Shocked that you said that.
Just saying. With or without Kyrie Irving. Don't need him. Take the whole weekend, Kyrie.
Just go back to Boston. We'll see when you get back.
Be all right. Well, I will say this. So, obviously, this is so mad off topic, but do you know what this week is, bro?
What?
This week is unlike any week that has ever been in existence before.
What does that mean?
Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's the 25th anniversary of some big old hop albums.
Let's see. Oh,
some big
25
old
years
albums.
ago. Yeah, that's the 90s. The golden years of hip hop.
Let me see. Arguably the best day of hip hop of all time. Arguably the best day of hip hop. Arguably.
1993, right? Yes.
Arguably the best day of hip hop of all time.
All right. What happened that day?
Well, you had and this was back when like hip hop groups were like the shit. Right?
Right.
It's like the solo shit. Like, no, we have just funky motherfuckers.
Yeah, of course.
Together, vibing.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Oh.
Wu-Tang drops Enter the 36 Chambers.
The debut.
Arguably one of the best
albums of all time.
Arguably one of the best rap albums of all time. At the same day, Tribe Called Quest drops Midnight Marauders. 1993, November 9th, 1993. So my question to you,
on the same day.
my question to you, you gotta pick one or stick one. Ride or die.
Oh, man.
Gun to your head.
You haven't done this in a while.
Which one? Wu-Tang. So let's just go. Let's get into this. All right. By the way, I will say, I can't even say it. I was gonna say the way the Wu-Tang album starts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna go Wu-Tang, man. They get the edge. I love that album from Tribe, obviously. Classic. 2 classics that dropped on the same day. But if you're talking about just that raw lyricism and these guys just coming on the scene, like debut album, and all these dudes could rap. That's the thing about Wu-Tang, man. There was no like one rapper that was okay. I mean, even ODB had some bars for you. I'm gonna go Wu-Tang. Man. That's a classic. That's their best album. One of the greatest rap albums ever made. Absolutely.
Damn. That's so over Midnight Marauders.
Yes, I know. It's tough, man. It's tough. But I had to pick one. Gun to my head. Yeah, I'm going Wu-Tang. You going Tribe?
I'm going Tribe, man.
Okay.
I'm going Tribe. I gotta go Tribe on this.
I'm going to bump both those albums.
I love Wu-Tang. And the way it starts with Ruckus, the first song on the album.
Yeah.
And Ghostface just spazzes on that shit.
Of course.
Bring your motherfucker, dude. Just I don't know that started the album. I was gonna say that started the album may take it, but then Midnight Marauders.
Yeah. No, there's some bangers on there, man. You got a lot of. Yeah, it's tough. But the Method Man.
I mean, you get. Okay. This is tough.
Cream.
I mean, Award Tour.
Yeah.
Electric Relaxation.
The Mystery of Shadow Boxes?
Yes.
Cream, Method Man. Protect Your Neck? Yeah, man. I don't know.
How We Can Get Down.
I'm going Wu-Tang. I'm going Wu-Tang. It's close, though. That's close. I can't think of other 2 albums that I've compared that are closer.
I'm gonna, you know what? I mean, I've been back and forth on this. Ever since I heard this shit, I was like, I've been back and forth on this, man. Like, okay, so here's my deal. If it was the low-end theory versus Enter the 36
That's what I'm saying.
Chambers,
You know what? I don't even think this is my favorite Tribe Called Quest album.
It's not my favorite Tribe Called Quest album.
Yeah. I mean, Oh My God is definitely, Electric Relaxation.
That's what I mean. There's songs on there that are just an award tour, man. That's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
Classic fucking hip-hop song. But
actually, I don't even know. What, you going to take,
I'll take Low End Theory over Midnight
Low End Theory?
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I don't know. I think Midnight Mirage is,
No. Yeah. No, man. You got to check the rhyme. You got motherfucking, oh, dude, no. Low End Theory, hands down.
It's a great debate.
Hands down is a better Tribe Called Quest album. But here's my thing, is I'm a Tribe Called Quest guy. Like, I'm also a Wu-Tang guy. I rock with the Wu-Tang. I fucking got a Wu-Tang t-shirt upstairs I fucking wear every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, you got the t-shirt. Okay, Sean. Oh, look out.
I'm just saying, man. No, as a 30-year-old.
I know.
As a 30-year-old white guy, I still rock a Wu-Tang t-shirt, man. That has to say something. Okay? Like, that means something. I've had that t-shirt for years, and I still rock it.
Yeah. No, it's a tough call, man. But yeah, I'm giving Wu. I'm giving the edge to Wu. There you go.
You may have just given me, I mean, saying it out loud, maybe I do give the edge to Wu.
There you go.
Method Man's on that.
You know what? Let's listen to both albums. We'll pick up this conversation next week.
I will say though, if I have to pick the album out of the Tribe Called, I'm a Tribe Called Quest fan more than I am a Wu-Tang fan, but I will say Enter the 36 Chambers is, I think, better album than Midnight Marauders, but the best album that either of them have put out is the Low End Theory.
Okay.
I'll say that.
All right.
That's why I love Tribe Called Quest.
There you go.
And Tribe's fucking newest album.
You just wanted a reason to put Tribe over Wu-Tang.
Tribe's newest album spanked.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's newest album, man.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Spanked it.
Yeah.
That Tribe, R.I.P. Fife, man.
Yeah, man. That was a really good album.
That's a great album.
Great album.
Yeah. But then, Midnight Marauders.
Yeah. No, there's some bangers on there, man. You got a lot of... Yeah, it's tough. But the Method Man...
I mean, you get... Okay. This is tough.
Cream? What?
I mean, Award Tour.
Yeah.
Electric Relaxation.
The Mystery of Shadow Boxes?
Yes.
Cream, Method Man? Protect Your Neck? Yeah, man. I don't know.
How We Can Get Down.
I'm going Wu-Tang. I'm going Wu-Tang. It's close, though. That's close. I can't think of other two albums that I've compared that are closer.
I'm gonna, you know what? I mean, I've been back and forth on this. Ever since I heard this shit, I was like, I've been back and forth on this, man. Like, okay, so here's my deal. If it was the Low End Theory...